Okay, so this is something I'll be trying. I'll be reviewing some games that I've played. I mostly play correspondence games on OGS. I'm about 10Q in strength, so if you're stronger than that, then these videos won't be very useful to you. But if you're a double-digit Q somewhere, then hopefully it's useful to you. Okay, so I'll be using Lizzie to review. Lizzie is this front end here. It's a front end to the Leela Zero AI. So just a quick overview of the Lizzie interface in case you're not used to it. Down here on this board you can see kind of the moves that Lizzie is busy evaluating. This will be a graph of the win percentage. The line going up means it's good for black, line going down is good for white, bad for black in other words. And this is kind of like a split bar graph win percentage thing as well. So Leela rates white to be 53% to win at the moment, and that's mostly due to Comey since no moves have been played. And then these numbers here will be captured stones. I think the bigger circle is also the color whose turn it is to move. Okay, so let's get the opening on the board. So I'm playing black. And this is an opening I've been using a lot. So the large knight's move away from the 3-4 stone in the corner. Now I've been experimenting with it, using it a lot. I quite like it. Okay, so white takes the corner approach there. This is fine. I think it's good. You can see there the last move percentage. Leela also thinks it's fine, even though it wasn't really on Leela's radar. Leela thinks white should just take the 3-3 corner invasion, but I think the approach is fine. I think more standard against this opening, traditional response to it would be to approach on this side, which Leela thinks is also fine. I think the other one is better, interestingly enough. But the idea with this approach, it kind of breaks up the framework that black is trying to form here. But anyway, white chooses this approach, and I pincer. Leela thinks I should just ignore and counter approach the other corner or something, but I pincer. The idea with this pincer is I was expecting white to take the 3-3 invasion. Leela thinks I should split, but my plan was to play on this side, have it go something like this. I think white can play there as well, and then black plays there, and this also builds a nice big framework for black on the right hand side here. So this was my plan, this was my reason for the pincer. Leela seems to think the pincer is okay. However, white does not take the 3-3 point. White chooses to come out here. Now Leela thinks black should just play here, which I think is actually better. The way it turned out anyway, hindsight, you know. So Leela thinks black should just play here and take some territory along the side here. But that's not what I did. I tried to be aggressive and separate these guys. Then I kind of play it safe, threatening the cut there. White extends, and Leela says black should play there. Now, this is a point that Leela's going to keep thinking is super important during this game. And you can see that it is. Okay, so let me just play my next move. So my next move is to approach this corner here. And you can see if white gets to take this point, then these 3 stones are not in good shape. They are going to have to live very quickly. And I'm just playing Leela's way. So they'll live, but this is quite nice for white. Quite good potential, and black is kind of like sealed in in the corner here. So Leela's going to keep thinking that this point is super important, but neither of us play there for a while. So white plays there, which is kind of like the standard response to this approach. And I think this is all standard locally. I think this is fine locally, ignoring this point that Leela says is very important. So my next move is to approach this stone here. Now, standard approach, of course, would be the knight's move approach. But I took the high approach. So This is me experimenting a bit. The reason I did the high approach is I'm looking at this cut here. So this is of course a ladder, and if you play out the ladder, you will see that the ladder hits the stone quite nicely. So this was my reason for playing the high approach. As it turns out, it didn't work very well in the game. But I'm trying things. Leela thinks it's a not a great move, loses me like 13% win percentage. White plays there, which is quite standard. This is kind of I think this is new AI Joseki, which I've been trying as well. And I've played it a few times against this friend of mine, so he kind of knows the good responses to it as well. So we both play pretty correctly here, I think. Except for this move. So Leela says black should cut there. Black plays there. So as you can see, white has 2 liberties, black has 3 liberties over here and 3 liberties over here. So it looks like black will be able to capture these 3 stones. White plays there. It's still like effectively, well, now it's 3 liberties, I guess, because black can't just play there. So black has to play there, white reduces there, black reduces there, and these stones are captured. So that is something I need to remember if I'm going to be playing the sequence. So I target from this side, white connected, and I try to jump out to there. White separates, which is very good, and white splits here, which is also very good. And black kind of has to crawl along the second line here, which is quite painful to try and live along the side. All because of this high approach. So this high approach did turn out quite badly for me. White plays here, which Leela thinks white can just tanuki. But I do respond. So I was kind of worried about white throwing in there. But it doesn't seem to be necessary. Okay, and white captures the stone. Leela doesn't think it's super important. But at the time in our game, I thought that was a good move, because I was looking at playing there myself to kind of still give the stone some potential and still make it a ladder breaker for that side. So white puts a stop to that, which I think is good. I kind of jump out here, still looking at this ladder. Jump out here, also trying to make something here. White responds over here, which I thought was pretty good. I think it's fine. Like white, you can see white is kind of building big over here. And now I play over there, where I should just go back to that point. But I play over there, trying to build something big over this side. And white responds here. I think this is okay. It's a far extension from this, but white is super strong over here, so I think this is fine. Maybe it can be lower. Let's see. -6% versus, yeah, Leela seems to think it's about the same. Okay, so that's about the same. I play here, just taking some big points on this side. White continues pushing over here. I just push, white extends. I jump. And now white comes back this side. So I think what white's trying to do here is to kind of get these stones out, which I think is good. I think that's fine. Now we get back to this corner. So Leela thinks I should just play there, which I think is good as well. Yeah, I think that's fine. But I play there, which is similar. And now white takes the 3-3 point. So since black is so strong here, I think this is a little bit too late. But I don't think it's completely unreasonable. So white plays there, black tries to separate these guys. Now white plays there, and if you look at this graph and the last move percentage, Leela seems to think that this was quite a big mistake. Leela thinks white should play there, in which case black will separate. But this kind of gives white better shape here, better eye space. Yeah, better room to make eyes. Let's see how Leela thinks this will go. Yeah, so you can see. Let's just see how this goes. Yeah, so you can see that white has. I think this gives white some room to live. So let's get back to here. So this is a subtle difference. Of course, if black doesn't respond here, it does also threaten. So if white just, I don't know, if white just, sorry, if black just plays somewhere else, let's say there, then white can of course connect here. So then white is out. Yeah, so this seems to be a bit of a mistake. I don't think I saw this move for white at the time. Anyway, white played there, black connects, and this game is now even again, 50-50. So Leela thinks white should just jump to there, trying to get some eye space again. Instead, white pushes there, which again, Leela seems to think is quite a mistake. White is still trying for eye space. And now I jump in there, trying to kill. I am going for the kill on this group. White plays there, which seems to be pretty similar to any of the other options. Black plays there to kind of take away this eye potential over here. And now this seems to be a bit of a mistake for black. Okay, so locally, Leela seems to think black should just do that. Interesting. Anyway, I play there. Black keeps those groups separated. I reduce liberties from the outside. White plays there, which was a good move. Kind of gives a semi-eye, or at least a ko, I think. I reduce liberties from the outside, but Leela thinks I should just play there. So this has 3 liberties. Yeah, that looks pretty good, but I reduce from the outside here. That's a big mistake, because white can then... Okay, so this, I think, is Seki. So white lives in Seki, which is very, very good for white, since black should have been able to kill. Yeah, white can't play there because black captures, black can't play there because white captures, black can't play there, white captures. So yeah, this looks like Seki. But that's not what white did, which bails me out a little bit. So this starts a ko. White takes away a liberty there, black starts the ko. White makes a threat over here. Leela thinks white should play that side to reduce and contain black from this side. But white plays there. And I don't see, or I don't think that white can kill. I don't think this is a real threat, because I can still come out this way, right? So I can still come out this side, form some eyes. So I give the white this threat, and I just capture. And now white makes a mistake. White should just play on the outside here. And then this group, I think, is dead. Black threatens to make an eye over here. White descends. Black plays there. And now this throw in kills black. So black has to capture there. And white plays there to kill this eye. So that means that white will be able to take away this. So white will be able to force black to play there. So this group has only one eye. So I did not see this during the game. And luckily, neither did my opponent. So white played there. Sorry, that's not what I did. I played this side to escape this way. So this is now third line territory, which is not bad. White plays there. I take the push immediately. And you can see that this game is now swung all the way to black being a favorite to win. Okay. So, white plays there. Leela thinks white should ignore this for now, play somewhere else. And I play there. So, during this game, I was just thinking about ladders a lot. It's something I've just been trying to, I don't know, experiment with, threatening ladders and things like that. So I play there, threatening, of course, this cut. But this cut isn't really important because these white stones can live in the corner and these guys are alive as well. So the cut doesn't actually threaten anything, but white does respond. I now do a bit of a reduction on this side. So if you look at this, this is looking pretty big for white. Leela thinks I should play there, which, as it turns out, this does become an interesting area of the board in a bit. Okay, but I play there. White disconnects. I jump out. Let's see what Leela thinks about that. It's not horrible. It's fine. Leela says white should just play there to disconnect these stones from that side, but white caps. I threatened the connection. And now I think... Ooh, no, sorry, that's not what I did. I first did this. Basically just threatening to make some eye space over here. White responded there, and now I threatened the connection there. And this, I think, is a pretty big mistake for white. White should do that to disconnect these groups from each other. Force this group to live on its own. But white doesn't do that. White plays there to just contain these guys. Which I can understand the thinking. I think it's fine. But I really think white should just keep the pressure on this group. Threaten to kill these guys, make them struggle to live, and hopefully gain something in return. Okay, so white plays there. I just play it safe and I connect these groups, these stones, to these guys. So these guys are safe now. White takes the Atari, black responds, white pushes, and I connect over there. Now, I think this is another mistake by my opponent. White can play this in center, so as you can see, white chooses to invade over there, which turns out to be pretty big. But I think this is a little bit more urgent. And white can do this in center and then go there if white wants to. I'm just going to show you I'm just going to show you why this move is important. So if black plays there, so Atari's these guys, white kind of has to do that, and black gets to capture these two stones, which is pretty nice for black. You can see Black got quite a nice result over here, considering that white was looking pretty strong in this area. Okay. Anyway, we will come back to that. So white invades there, which I think is good. Black responds by trying to contain white, splitting it off from these stones. White plays there, threatening to connect this way. Black says no. White plays the crosscut, which I was quite impressed with. This crosscut can be pretty dangerous, and yeah, I was impressed with my opponent playing that, because it's good fighting spirit. It means we're gonna fight, and hopefully white gains something here, which, I mean, any result for white here is pretty good since black was so strong in this area. So now Leela says black should just extend this way, which, yeah, that's good. I think that's better. I played this way. So this connects these stones to this white concept right there. If white tries to split them, white can't. So this guarantees these guys connected to there. That was my thinking, anyway. White Atari's there. Black extends, standard. White pushes there. Black splits. And now Leela says white should do that. Split these guys off, which I think would be very good. Instead, white connects there, which is fine as well. Nothing wrong with that. And now I think, so I'm just trying to keep everything safe here. This, of course, captures this stone. And white takes the double Atari over here. So Leela says I should save this stone. But I didn't want to do that because that puts these stones into big trouble. Let's just see if... It looks like Leela's just going to give them up. Yeah. Huh. Leela's happy with giving up those stones. I wasn't at the time, so I was trying to do something here to save them. Yeah, Leela thinks Black should run out with a stone, give up those two. That pretty much guarantees that these guys will live, which was also not what I wanted to do. So I played there to keep this group separate. White captures, which is correct. And yeah, that was a bit of a mistake, this sequence for black, it seems. You can see this game is close to 50-50 again. So I play there. White cap. So right now my focus is to try and get these stones to live. This is what I'm focusing on with the next couple of moves. White plays correctly. I try to make eye space. Leela says I should threaten to connect underneath. Yeah, this is good actually. This also gives me one eye probably at the bottom there with another potential eye over here. So yeah, that's actually a good sequence that I didn't see. So instead I played there. White played there, which I thought was good at the time. This is kind of like a semi-threatening to push through there, which white doesn't really have to respond to because these stones are fine. They can come out here. These stones can still live in the corner, so white doesn't need to respond to that. So you can see Leela thinks my move is quite a mistake because it's not center basically. White can play there and reduce my space significantly. But luckily for me, white does respond, which you can see is also a fairly big mistake. Now I play there. Leela thinks I should play there for eye space. And then white should tanuki. So I think, let's see. Yeah, so this lives, right? But I play there. And again, this is not a threat. It looks like it's threatening to split. It is threatening to split these groups, but splitting them doesn't matter because, again, these stones are fine and these guys can live in the corner. But white does respond there. So I basically got that in center, which is good for me. I play there. White tries to contain me. I threaten to escape this way. White responds. Still making eye space. Black plays there, threatens an Atari. And this move guarantees 2 eyes and negates this Atari that move threatened. Yeah, so this group lives, which was my goal. Accomplished it, and you can see this game is black's at the moment. But at my skill level, that can change at any time. You can see the big fluctuations there. Okay, so this is done. White comes back to this side. White can still build something decent over here, which is good. It's nice for white, but black has all of this. So I don't think this is going to be enough for white. I extend. White plays there. I just immediately take the push, basically for free. I did not do that. I instead come back to this bit at the bottom. So, like I said, yeah, so this is an Atari. White saves them, and black gets to capture these two. Yeah, I think this has got a nice result for black. So again, yeah, earlier white could have prevented that in center, and then done the invasion at the top there. But so I think that was a bit of a mistake. Okay, so white just tries to contain black. This doesn't really do much. It's 1 stone, white can tanuki. I want to capture those guys, which I do. Let's see, there's still something interesting coming up. Yeah, I can probably ignore this. But I think I'm kind of almost in endgame mode at the moment. So let's see, I play there, which is fine. White plays here, which turned out to be fairly interesting. Yeah, this shape that white made me make is not nice. So I think that was pretty good for white, as we'll see in a moment. What did I do? I came this side. And white sets his plan into motion. So white cuts there, which turns out to be very interesting. So yeah, Leela says I should play there. I played there. It's not a big difference. But now this is a fairly big difference. So I played there, which Leela thinks I should just play there, capture these guys, which I think is correct. Yeah, white can get something here, but it's not much. Anyway, I was just trying or thinking I was playing it safe by connecting there, but white pushes there. Leela says I should give up those 2 stones and make sure this group is okay, which, as it turns out, this group was under threat. So yeah, just let white have those 2 stones. It's not big, but I didn't. I tried to save them. Now white plays there, which makes things interesting. So these guys, these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stones only have 3 liberties. So I play there, trying to get them to escape. White tries to block it off. This threatens, of course, to form an eye, which white pokes out. Black connects, saving those guys. 1, 2, 3 liberties only still. White splits there. Black plays there. And now here, Leela says white should play there. Okay. So this threatens to make something in the corner. I don't know. White just played there, which I thought, yeah. So the problem with that is it gives black an easy escape to the side here. So by white playing there, which, I mean, it's connecting those guys, it's increasing liberties by a lot, but allows black to just escape, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't work. White captures. White can try and get this to live, but I don't think it will. Anyway, so white considers that done as well. And I think now we are in endgame. Let's just see if anything else interesting happens. Okay, so Leela thinks I should come back here. I think that's good. I think that's pretty big. Well, bigger than the moves I played anyway. I just block there. White blocks. Okay, now I play there. White captures. I just reduce at the top there. Yeah, I think this is pretty much end game. Let's see. I don't think anything interesting happens. Let's just turn Leela off so we can more clearly see the game. Oh, this move of mine was completely unnecessary. Let's turn Leela on again. It doesn't lose me much. I mean, I still win the game, but it was a bit of a wasted move because, yeah, of course, these stones are dead. And yeah, I just had a lapse of concentration there and didn't pay attention and wasted a move. But it doesn't change the result of the game, of course. That is also quite cautious. Is it? If black plays somewhere else, white can Atari there. Yeah. I don't think there's really anything. So I was just being super cautious there. Let's just reduction and pass. Okay, so if we score the game, that's dead. That's dead. Okay, so the score is at the top left there. So black wins by 18.5 points. So yeah, fun game. Main thing I would do differently was this approach here. I never ended up to get to really use this ladder I was trying to set up. So it wasn't really much of a threat as it turns out. And this high approach cost me a lot on the side here. And as we saw, white could have probably killed this. Yeah, so this high approach really didn't do anything for me. I should have just done the standard approach. Apart from that, yeah, I was quite happy with my play. This invasion of whites I thought was pretty good. Well, I thought it was really good because this would have been a big area for black that white reduced a lot. But in the end, White only really has one corner and this territory, and black has a lot on the right hand side here. Yeah, so good game. Hopefully you find this useful. Please let me know if you do. Yeah, till next time. Thanks. Bye.